This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
Good evening to you at 7 o'clock. I'm Mark Mullins.
And I'm Amanda Starantino.
When RTV6 says working for you, it means we're committed to going beyond the surface to expose problems that could affect your life.
That includes holding the system accountable at a deeper level. New tonight from our Call 6 Investigates team, we are learning a mentally ill truck driver was cleared to drive by a Missouri doctor just months before a deadly crash that left an Indianapolis mother and her twin daughters dead.
Alana Kuntz and her babies, Ruby and June, were killed on July 14th last year when a semi-truck plowed into their vehicle on I-465. Bruce Pollard with Western Transportation out of Missouri pleaded guilty but mentally ill on charges related to the deadly crash. Medical records show Pollard had an extensive history of mental illness, including schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, and lesions on his brain. However, in May of 2019, just months before the deadly crash, Pollard passed a Missouri state certified medical exam.
Call 6 Investigates did some checking and found medical exams for truckers include cognitive and behavior testing, and drivers are asked to disclose any history of mental illness. Gary Langston is president of the Indiana Motor Truck Association, who says the trucking industry greatly relies on state-certified medical examiners to make sure drivers are fit to drive.
It's an extensive evaluation. The unfortunate part about that is that, a person who might have some issue might not have an issue that day, and it might not be readily identifiable.
The Missouri Department of Revenue, the state agency that issues CDLs, declined to comment on how Pollard got his commercial driver's license in Missouri. A spokeswoman cited an ongoing investigation. Pollard will be sentenced on March 27th. He will likely spend time in the Department of Correction in a separate mental health facility.
Police are trying to piece together what led up to a shooting and a crash on the west side of Indianapolis. Officers got to the scene at Lafayette and 30th Street and found a 4-car crash. A woman in one of those cars had been shot. She was taken to the hospital where she later died. A man involved in the crash was also taken to the hospital. He's in serious condition. Police have not identified either of the victims, and no one else was hurt in that crash.
Let's get a first look at your Storm Team 6 forecast. And the high temp for the day came before the sun was up.
And now things are getting colder. Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory watching the numbers today.
And that high temperature occurred while you were sleeping, I bet, after 4 o'clock in the morning. 49 degrees, 50 as you can see in Terre Haute. That was then. This is now. Temperatures with a northwest wind have dropped into the 30s. That northwest wind is also bringing drier air into central Indiana. As far as our cold front that dropped the temperatures, that's sliding to the south and east. It will open the door to not only cooler temperatures, but clearing skies. So as that pulls away, this is arriving to our north and west. There's some breaks in the cloud cover now, and we'll go mostly clear tonight, except for some high, thin cirrus clouds across portions of central Indiana. Temperatures between now and 11 o'clock work their way to freezing or below. Our coldest night is still down the road. We'll get into that more in just a little bit during the morning hours tomorrow. Dry and colder, but sunshine will help pave the way to work.
Township leaders in Madison and Hancock counties are taking a look at ways to improve their emergency response time. This comes after a fire destroyed a family's home. Troy Washington is working for you to explain what the Summer Lake community is hoping comes out of this loss.
It was heartbreaking. We watched as an entire family's home burned.
Valentine's night came to a close for the Simons family in a way they'll never forget.
It's horrifying to watch your house burn down and know that there's no one putting water on it. There's no one there to help in the immediacy.
Neighbors say they watched the family stand outside in their pajamas, barefoot, without coats, trying to call for help. As all they owned turned to soot and crumbled right before their eyes, neighbors tried to help by joining in their efforts to get help on the way.
She called, and she had to stay outside and watch her entire life burn.
Erin Simon says she was redirected 3 times by dispatchers, and once the call was disconnected. RTV6 did some digging to get to the bottom of the confusion.
There's just got to be a better coordination of emergency services.
We found out the Summer Lake community is located in Green Township. Green Township contracts with Vernon Township in Hancock County. By the time Hancock County got the call and showed up to the fire, there was nothing to save.
We need to straighten out what it's going to take to protect 600 homes, plus 300 new homes being built, 400 new homes being built, whatever it is. So this doesn't happen again.
leaving the Simons and other neighbors convinced something must change since emergencies are unavoidable. Working for you in Madison County, Troy Washington, RTV6.
A stunning crash is serving as a grim reminder of the dangerous sport that stretched nearly 2 decades without a death. Tonight, NASCAR driver and Indiana native Ryan Newman is still recovering after his horrific crash on the final lap of the Daytona 500. His car, as you see here, flipped across the finish line, planted upside down and on fire. Investigators say it appears the entire roll cage designed to protect his head had caved in. NASCAR officials say Newman is in serious condition, but his injuries are not life-threatening.
And we are continuing to learn more about the coronavirus as it spreads. There are now nearly 2,000 deaths tied to the strand of the virus. Most of those deaths are in Hubei, the Chinese province where Wuhan is located. There are over 73,000 cases of coronavirus right now, and all but a couple hundred are within China. A new study came out today saying the virus is more deadly in men. Researchers from China studied more than 74,000 patient records. Russia announced today it would temporarily ban Chinese citizens from entering the country.
Well, several companies are racing to try to create a vaccine for the coronavirus as it spreads.
Our Maya Rodriguez takes us into the one lab where scientists think they may have found one.
Under the fluorescent lights inside these labs, researchers believe they may have cracked the code to create a vaccine for the coronavirus.
You know, it's rapidly evolving.
Dr. Gregory Glenn is the president of research and development at the Maryland-based company Novavax, one of several around the world racing to develop a coronavirus vaccine.
So we have to puzzle solve in vaccines. We think about what do we want to have the immune response target, because that should block the infection or stop the illness, and that's the goal here.
He showed us a three-dimensional depiction of what the virus looks like.
Coronavirus, corona being crown, has spikes. Those spikes have a very important function. They let the virus bind to a human cell, and then the spike acts like a syringe to inject the genetic material into the human cell.
A vaccine would potentially stop that process, thereby protecting a person from the coronavirus.
We have the vaccine. We're going to move it into animal testing shortly. Our goal is in late spring to be testing humans.
It normally takes about 18 months to get human trials started on a vaccine. This shorter time frame is nothing new to this company. They developed an Ebola vaccine within 90 days, ready for testing. But there's a catch.
It can take years for a vaccine to get approved, but under dire circumstances, sometimes they can be used through something called expanded access or compassionate use, meaning the vaccine can be used in humans before it's fully licensed.
That happened with Ebola. You know, they didn't have a licensed vaccine, but they were able to use it under compassionate use. They developed evidence that it was working.
As for a fully approved coronavirus vaccine, experts say that would take longer.
A vaccine in a year would be record-setting time, but not in time to probably have much impact for this disease outbreak.
But if the coronavirus sticks around or comes back stronger in a second wave of the disease, Dr. Glenn says they want to be ready.
Time is of the essence here.
In Montgomery County, Maryland, I'm Maya Rodriguez reporting.
Don't map it, don't Google it. Not behind the wheel anyway. Coming up here on RTV6, the proposed Indiana law making its way through the State House that could change the way you get around.
Plus, a little bit later on, if that first referendum does not succeed, try again with a local business. How one program is helping teachers get supplies by partnering with a smart source. That's ahead when the news continues here on RTV6.
Storm Team 6 working for you.
It could soon be illegal for you to have your phone in your hands while you're behind the wheel. That would be under a bill moving its way through the legislature. This afternoon, a Senate committee advanced a bill to make it illegal to hold your phone while driving. You could still use Bluetooth or hands-free technology while driving, just as long as you aren't physically holding your phone. The bill was tweaked slightly today and now heads to the full Senate. A similar bill has passed the House.
Jurors are deliberating the rape and sexual assault case against former entertainment mogul Harvey Weinstein. Now, he showed up this morning at court with with a walker. The jury is debating 5 different charges against him. That includes rape, predatory sexual assault, and sexual criminal act. This case was sparked by the accusations of 2 women with criminal investigations ongoing into complaints from at least 6 total. Weinstein claims he has only ever had consensual sex, but dozens of women have come forward to accuse him of sexual assaults they say happened over the course of 30 years.
Republican congressional leaders have now issued a statement defending Attorney General Bill Barr. This as more than 2,000 former Justice Department officials are calling on Barr to resign after he intervened in the case of Trump associate Roger Stone. Prosecutors sought a 7 to 9 year prison sentence for Stone, but the Department of Justice overruled. All 4 prosecutors who tried the Stone case resigned after that intervention. President Trump has publicly expressed his support for that decision, but Barr hasn't welcomed the praise. Barr told ABC News this week he believes Trump is making his job impossible.
A new face in tomorrow's Democratic debate today. Michael Bloomberg qualified for the debate in Vegas. It will be his first time debating the other hopefuls. A poll that gave him 19% support nationally helped him meet the qualifications of getting 10% support in at least 4 polls. In that poll, Bernie Sanders has the lead, followed by Bloomberg, Biden, Warren, Klobuchar, and South Bend Mayor Pete Buttigieg. Wednesday's debate is expected to be a major test for the Bloomberg campaign. He is expected to be the target of other candidates' direct attacks.
They're buying supplies, they're buying clothes, they're even buying hygiene products for all their students. Coming up, the local efforts to make sure teachers don't have to go into their own pocket for educational expenses.
And we've got a lot to talk about. Our dry stretch of days is underway. When the coldest air arrives and then the changes for the weekend, all topics ahead.
This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
Teachers are struggling to pay for classroom supplies. The U.S. Department of Education found 94% of public school teachers spend their own money on school supplies.
Districts are realizing the toll this is taking on their staff. Tonight, RTV6's Stephanie Wade is showing you how one school district is trying to lend a hand.
You're taking a look at Classroom Closet, Anderson Community Schools' first ever supply closet just for teachers, helping them stock their classroom with much needed school supplies and items for their students.
Some of the things that these teachers need is it's just mind-boggling.
Everything from markers to notebooks to things like clothing. Teachers at Anderson Community Schools have been stepping in and paying for these classroom items on their own, realizing Hoosier teachers pay an average of $462 each year for supplies. The Anderson Education Foundation created a classroom closet where teachers can pick up these items for free. All of it made possible by a $3,000 donation from the Madison County Credit Union.
The teachers are our core, and they live with us. We're right around here. This is our community. So when we see something that's not right, we want to fix it.
Working for you in Anderson, Stephanie Wade, RTV6.
And RTV6 has been following the growing drive to address needs of teachers and students in Indiana.
Take, for example, one local central Indiana couple that had a dream to make sure parents could have a safe setting to provide clothing for their kids. Kip and Stacy Bancroft started Stacy Sharing Closet last year in 4 Southern Hancock Community School buildings. The boutique-style clothing pantry provides children with new or gently used clothing inside the school. There is no limit to the number of times you can visit per year or the number of items you can take. If they don't have what you need, they are able to purchase you items with donations that they've received from the community. Stacy Bancroft has been an educator for 28 years and saw the need.
Hard enough to ask for help, but when you come to a place like this and you can maintain your dignity and you can choose the things that you want to choose.
The Bancrofts are in the process of opening another Stacy Sharing Closet at Knightstown Intermediate School.
Kim Gregory joins us now with the forecast, and what are we looking at?
You feel the difference, right?
Mm-hmm. Started out warmer this morning, and like you said, the temperature dipped significantly.
Back to February. Yeah, temporarily. Let's talk about the biggest temperature change. It's in the southern half of the state. 24 hours ago, it was 14 degrees warmer in Bloomington, 11 degrees warmer in Indianapolis. Northern portion of the state yesterday stayed primarily in the 30s to lower 40s, so not as big a change. Well, if you look to Canada, that's where the core of the cold air sits. You can see Winnipeg at 9 below zero, 1 below in Edmonton. The nose of that cold air pointed to the south and east. We'll feel the real impact Thursday into Friday morning. That will be the coldest, probably 12 to 24-hour stretch. Temperatures will stay in the 20s for highs as we get to Thursday. High pressure then drops out of Canada into the northern U.S. and the wind around that feeding us that cold, dry northwest wind, and that will lower the humidity and set up a situation where temperatures have a chance to drop more, and you erode the cloud cover. That's another factor that will lead to the colder temperatures. 37 tomorrow, then we take the hit. There's the coldest temperature in the forecast on Thursday. Friday's high temperature back to 35. We will bounce above 40 as we go to the weekend. Let's go ahead and concentrate on that coldest morning. Friday morning temperature 14 in a kind of a triangle from Lafayette to Kokomo to Logansport, 15 in Petersburg and Attica. Temperatures to the south as you get along Interstate 70, 15 to 17 degrees, and just a little warmer in the southern portion of the state. We'll all be united in the teens. Best part of this trend, aside from the colder temperatures, will be the sunshine. Skies are clearing right now. Terre Haute to Lafayette, Kokomo and Peru. Clouds are breaking up. Clear skies tonight means sunshine tomorrow. 34 in Indianapolis, down from our 49-degree high. 39 temperature in Bedford, temperature 32 in Tipton. Wednesday, we usually use our TrueCast to show timing and location of precipitation. In this case, I just want to let the clock run, show you that we're not expecting much in the way of cloud cover at all. Temperatures tomorrow, 37 the afternoon. High temperature, the wind out of the north, 5 to 10. More clouds during the morning hours Thursday. There's all the gray, that north wind bringing some clouds off the lake, maybe a couple of snow showers in the very northern portion of the state. More sunshine the second half of Thursday. Thursday's temperatures start in the low 20s and they stay in the 20s through the day. 29 for the high. 7-day planner temperatures as we go to the weekend warm up. It's Saturday night into Sunday. We may see a little snow at the beginning when the temperatures are colder, lower to middle 30s. Change to rain on Sunday afternoon as we have a high of 45. Still some rain chances Monday and Tuesday with temperatures as warm as 48. Or, sounds better, almost 50.
Almost 50. Like when you put it like that. All right, thanks, Kevin, for that.
Well, it was welcome news today for Boilermaker fans of the Saints quarterback. Former Purdue quarterback Drew Brees says he wants to come back for another season in the NFL. The 41-year-old Brees announced on social media that he plans to return for what would be his 20th NFL season and the 15th as quarterback for the New Orleans Saints. His decision to return will set in motion negotiations on a new contract.
Well, get this. Americans are sitting on more than $20 billion in unused gift cards. That's an average of $167 per person. A new Bankrate survey says more than half of American adults have gift cards or store credits that they have not used. Others have regifted, sold, or lost a gift card. The survey also found that people who make more money are more likely to let a gift card expire. Experts say it's important to remember that gift cards and store credits are real money. Use them.
Still ahead, a preview of one of the biggest celebrations of the summer. We'll also be back with one more look at your forecast and return to colder temperatures. That's next right here on RTV6.
Silverado 1500 pickups.
Right now on RTV6, 2020 marks half a century since the creation of the Indiana Black Expo.
And they're going to ring in the anniversary all year long. Today, the IBE announced a series of events, including part of the lineup for its flagship gathering, the summer celebration in July.
This year's free concert outdoors at American Legion Mall will feature some legendary names of soul and R&B.
Keith Sweat, Stephanie Mills, Johnny Gill, and El DeBarge. We are looking forward to having a fun evening with our community and our out-of-town guests. Pray for dry and beautiful weather.
Well, the Black Expo will also hold a 50th anniversary gala as part of the summer celebration. That will replace the concert that's usually held at Bankers Life Fieldhouse. The Fieldhouse will be undergoing renovation work this summer.
Fingers crossed. Dry.
For good weather there.
Beautiful weather. Okay, can I take 1 second and wish my father-in-law a happy birthday?
There you go.
A great guy.
Birthday.
He has 2 other son-in-laws, so I wanted to move up the list as, as far as being
You did,
favorites.
yes.
Temperatures tomorrow about 37 for the afternoon high. Hardest question I've ever had to ask him? Is it okay after your blessing to marry your daughter?
I hope that was the toughest question.
He said yes.
Good. Yes, winning. See you tonight at 11.